Grand evening. I'm sorry I'm late. I know people's probably not there anymore. But I needed to eat dinner before I did this live. So where shall I begin? I see it was quite a few people here. I'm so sorry I'm late. Sidra, Nubian Cutie X, Miss Jobs, TC the Beats, or the Empress La Regina. Oh, y'all here? Okay. Sorry I'm late, y'all. So I'm trying to figure out where to start because I just did my therapy session and I said I would talk about a little bit about my children's father because for me to avoid that topic would be like, okay, she's not being genuine. So I decided to just give a summary of our relationship. I'm about to share this video a couple of places. I decided to give a summary of our relationship, how it started, how we got to this point. And there's a lot of layers. I can't just give y'all the full story in one sitting because I knew him for about 12 years. It's how I'm going to break it down is for you, like it's a story, like it's a book or the Empress, right? Like it's chapters of a book, right? So I'm going to break it down per person in their chapter. And the reason why I have to do this is because I let these type of things mess with my mental health. Nan was going on, Jess M. I've let these things bother me. Besides the other stuff y'all see through the internet, I've gone through worse things with people that I met in real life. So as I turned 40 this year, I got to reflect on me. How did I get to these spaces? Why is it that there's people out there that hate me so much that they want to ruin my life? Why is it that I started dating a man and his family members started hating me? Right? I know the answer to that, but I tried my best to avoid it. Right? So, my children's father, about 4 or 5 months of me dating him. Now, I had known him almost a year before we started dating, but when I started hanging out with him, he tells me maybe 4 or 5 months in that he has to turn himself in to go to prison. So he turns himself in. He thought he was gonna do a year. He did almost 2 years. So now he's calling me from prison. We're not technically in a relationship, but we built a rapport with each other, right? So he's calling me from prison and having me relay messages to his mother, or his mother started contacting me because he left some documentation at my house. That's how she started calling me, right? He left a check, like a couple of $1,000. He left his birth certificate, social, um, his insurance card, like shit that was important, right? I didn't know he left it with me. His mother calls me and asks me for the things that I had. It didn't dawn on me not to give it to her. I was like, okay, like you're his mother, cool. When I spoke to him, he tells me, why did you give that stuff to my mother? And I'm looking like, I'm not looking at him, but I'm just like, what? He's like, he's in prison at this time or jail. Um, he said, my mother is money hungry. Everything I'm saying is the truth as I remember it. Okay? That's why I said if anybody feel like they want to sue me or they want to do whatever, they can do whatever because this is the truth. Lady E, thank you for tuning in. So when I met him, he had a job. He was working at Costco. And I know he was selling weed on the side. I was okay with that, right? At that time, I was in my 20s. He was in his 20s. I'm a few years older than him. I believe that's part of the problem why his mother had a problem with me. But my problem with her is when he went to prison, she tried to befriend me, right? She acted like she was cool with me. So she was inviting me places. I'm going to see her father that was in a nursing home when he was alive. She's asking me to come to family barbecues, and Ben is in prison. But all the while, they sizing me up. He got 4 sisters. The only boy out of 4 girls, right? They sizing me up, but I'm not paying attention. I'm just being myself. So I'm building more of a rapport with his mother than him in the beginning of our relationship. Now, these are things that I don't normally talk about because you see how people like to throw things in my face. But I'm at the point in my life where I need to express it because I don't want it to stay bottled in. I want to release it so I can move on with my life and get my kids away from these people. So I because I'm an empath, I don't like to hurt people, even though people have hurt me. But being that this woman has hurt me so many times, I'm going to drag her to hell. I don't care that she's an elder. I don't care that she's my children's father's mother. She's not my mother. She disrespected me. I have no respect for you. On many occasions, she disrespected me. So I may not be able to tell y'all the whole story today. I'm going to try to start from the beginning and then take y'all to now. I might have to come back for the middle. So he's in prison. I'm thinking she's getting cool with me. But her and his sister started acting weird. Weird in different ways. They're acting weird when he comes home. Well, before he even comes home, they talking about what he should and shouldn't do with his money. So I'm like, from a Costco job? What money are you talking about? His older sister said, oh, I don't feel like he should buy a house. I feel like, I'm like, what? Buy a house? How? The nigga had a settlement and I knew nothing about it, but she's pressed. He must have had a settlement from a lawsuit because he got injured on the job. He told me nothing about it. But she tells me what he should and shouldn't do with his money. This is why he's in prison. His older sister. So I'm like, I go to him and I'm like, what is she talking about? So that's when he had to reveal. He was like, I don't know why she said anything. He had to reveal to me he had money in the bank. So he had a nice piece of change in the bank, even though he was in prison. So now I'm like, oh, if I come up to see you, I'm not using my money. You got your own money. But anytime he asked his mother to give me money if I was going up there, she either didn't give it or gave a problem about giving his own money. She had control of his bank account. Naturally, that's his mother. That's the next of kin. If the man is unmarried, naturally everything goes to the mother, right? Understandable. But your son is in prison asking you to give his lady friend, girlfriend, whatever, money to go up there for him to have money on his books, and she would refuse or give 25% of it. She goes up there on his birthday. and asks him for money, $1,500 for her car to get fixed. But when he asks her for $1,500 for my side tooth that's still missing, at the time I had a tooth there and it cracked when I was dealing with him and he was in prison. And I told him, like, damn, my tooth cracked. I'm sitting there eating candy. I could have saved my tooth. But no, his bitch ass mother needed $1,500. A woman that put him in group homes. A woman that got caught sleeping with her boyfriend and called the cops on her own son. Cheers, Sidra. I knew a lot about his family backstory because he told me. From day one, he told me his story, what happened in his family. And the most fucked up part about this is I didn't even judge them as people. I looked at them as victims, right? How do you have 5 children with your husband? And what happened? I don't understand. Allegedly, he sexually abused the daughters, 2 of Ben's sisters. He's not in jail. You know what Ben told me? From the moment we started talking, if I see my father, I'm getting at him for what he did to my sisters. That's what he said. And I'm like, what? He told me so much. Things that I didn't ask for. I didn't judge him or his family for that. I looked at them as victims. I didn't even have a channel at this time. Because remember, I told you I met him 12 years ago. I wasn't on YouTube making videos, so I definitely didn't come on live and tell anybody. I definitely didn't tell anybody in my family because that's none of their business. I didn't tell any of my friends. I ain't got but so many friends. But even that, I wasn't going around telling their business. I kept it to myself. But when I started to notice that his older sister and his younger sister, not the baby, the 3 bitches, they were very, very, a little too close for comfort, right? In regards to how they acted with their brother. Tried to spin it as I'm jealous, which narcissists usually do. I have no reason to be jealous of a man's relationship with his sisters, his family members. No, but sisters and family members definitely always have a problem with a woman coming into the picture. Especially a woman that they can't boss down. From the time I met this man, he complained about his mother. And I would dismiss it. I'd be like, because I don't know her like that, I didn't want to judge his opinion of her, but I should have. Because she's wicked, a demon. She works for the devil. All right? Oh, don't worry. Y'all will see why I'm saying that in a minute. So you called the cops on your son, got him arrested because you was fucking a nigga. What happened to your husband? He haven't seen his kids in like over 18 years, over 20 years. All of them are adults now. A mother with some boyfriend complex. Yeah. Yeah. Because he looks like his father. Yeah. Oh, we getting there. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, y'all see me as Goddess Masterpiece. When I met his mother, I had just cut my hair. I was wearing it natural. I wasn't dressing extra sexual, nothing. I was definitely, I'm very conscious of how I'm dressed. Somebody said I wasn't dressed properly at the Black Agenda. I was in ATL and it was my birthday weekend. Y'all could kiss my ass. Now, just saying, I had to throw that out there. I forgot to address that. Somebody's like, you wasn't dressed properly. Sorry. I I just turned 40. I'm not in my 60s, but y'all go ahead. I go to work and I gotta wear work clothes now every day. Sorry if I want to go to ATL and turn it up for my birthday. Okay, sorry. Son husbands, right? So I'm noticing little things, funny style shit. I said it to him. Now by this time, I'm pregnant with Bryce because I'm skipping over a lot of shit because the focus is her. I don't want to. I want to separate everything. They would just act funny. Like she had a birthday party. Now by this time, me and him is in a relationship because he had came home. She had a 50th birthday party. Even though I'm older than Ben, she was acting like we was in two different decades. We was both born in the 80s. The way she was acting was like I was on her level. When I met you, I was in my 20s and you was turning 50. Okay. I just turned 40. She's on her way to 60, but she's something in her mind told her I'm old enough to be his mother or something. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I don't know because she was trying to act like she was cool with me from the beginning. That's the fake phony shit I don't like. You said there was no dress code for the agenda. It was come as you are. No, because I had on like a tight dress, but I wore my sweater over it the whole time. My legs was out. And people was mad, but whatever. It was my birthday weekend. Everybody didn't know that. But that's besides the point. I was only here for 2 days. Damn. Anyway, moving along. I wasn't dressing like that back then. I was not. I didn't even have stuff like that in my wardrobe. Because when I work at an office, I usually got so many. You start acquiring a bunch of office looking clothes. I was wearing long dresses, long skirts. My hair was short. I was wearing my glasses. I'm like, there's no way she's looking at me like a harlot because I'm not coming off like that. But people make up their mind about you before they even get to know you. Donisia, if I show you pictures of me back then, y'all would laugh. I wasn't wearing weave. I wasn't wearing makeup like that. I was just rocking my neck. That's when I did the big chop when I met him. So anyway, not when I met him, but later when I started dating him. When I met him, I had hair. Anyway, that's not the point. Because he went to prison now, when I was pregnant with Bryce, he goes to prison. By this time, we living together. But he's still getting mail sent to his mother's house. He gets locked up when I was 7.5 months pregnant with Bryce. He violated his parole. He was almost off of parole. Violated. They sent him back for another almost 2 years. So he didn't see Bryce being born. He was not there for the birth of Bryce, and he wasn't there until Bryce was almost 2. During that time, his mother came to the hospital to see me. She so well to see Bryce. She would do little stuff, but she wasn't like a doting grandmother trying to watch him, whatever like that. She tried to give me a couple meals for the first couple weeks. And then it's like a push and pull. It's like I'm acting like I like you, but I really don't. That type of energy. And then I got to deal with the three sisters ganging up on me. If there's a problem, like, say it's a problem that I have with one of them, or say his mother feels like I said something disrespectful. She's going to tell her daughters, and now they all ganging up on me. Because I don't have sisters. I have a sister, but I don't know where she's at. I don't have like a bunch of siblings. A lot of these older women are obsessed with their sons, but give their daughters a hard time. Oh, we get in there. When I tell you, a lot of this feels like somebody put this energy out there for me, because some things that were said actually came to fruition by them. That's why I said words are spells. And when it's a collective energy that's chanting the same spell, they can make magic. And that's the unfortunate thing about the spiritual world. And a lot of people don't talk about their spiritual side, even if it's religious. People use religion and spirituality against people. And I believe that's what happened, because it would be the weirdest shit. Just weird. And then everybody making it out to be, I'm the jealous person. I'm jealous of what? People could, a collective group. That's why I said if we was to come together with a collective energy and light our candles with the same intentions, we could make magic happen. Because I believe that's what somebody did to me. So anyway, let me get to his mother. When he went to prison, we had a car that we shared the note on, cosign. I, of course, was the top cosigner. So now everything's falling apart because now he's not there to help me with none of the bills. And I'm pregnant. I had lost my job. I was telling y'all about that the other day. And then so I got a job right like a week before he got locked up. I'm skipping some things. This is where it's gonna get a little deep. So because I was seeing his sisters acting weird, one of his sisters, we come to his older sister's daughter's party. We walk in. The sister that's 2 years younger than him, she runs and jumps and wraps her legs around him. They was already 25 and older at this time. All right, bypass that. Another time, she's asking him to smell her. It was Thanksgiving. Smell me, don't I smell good? Smell me. Like, I'm not used to that because I didn't grow up with a sibling that close of the opposite sex. So I'm like, maybe that's their relationship, but it started making me feel weird. So I asked him while I was pregnant with Bryce, while he was still home, just me and him by ourselves. I said, is there something I need to know about you and your sister? Something that may have occurred when y'all was kids? And he's like, what? What are you trying to say? I was like, is there something incestuous with you and your sister? Because that's what it's giving. And I asked him alone. Well, he must have went and told his sister that I said that. No, he definitely told her. Because they both came to confront me about me saying that. And I said, yes, I said that. And she said, well, I look up to him like a father figure. I said, how? He's only 2 years older than you. And he's not even like mature like that. I was like, okay, I guess. It's giving weird. So the whole family knew about it. They was all mad at me. TCW. See what I'm saying? We had a family meeting. Now, originally, from what I recall, his older sister called me like, oh, we're going to have a family meeting, but my mom is not going to be there because I don't think she has anything to do with this. I said, what? I was like, you know what? All right, if that's how you feel, we get to having a meeting, and they was supposed to be zooming in. One of the sisters that live in Atlanta, the mother's in Atlanta with her, but I thought she wasn't joining the meeting. When this family meeting started, he immediately went after his mom's, from what I recall, and I had to tell him, whoa, slow down. He started going after about, oh, you wouldn't give Aaliyah money when I was locked up. It was for me, and da 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 da. And you did this, you did that. You know, when you know a lot of people's dirt, sometimes, and they feel like you're a threat, they want to ruin you. So that's where I'm going with this story. A lot was unfolding for me within this family, me learning their family dynamics, secrets, problems, whatever, and they didn't like that. And that's why I'm telling this story, and it's very important to tell because I've been villainized when they was the villains all along. I just came in as a friend to this man initially. It turned into a relationship. They was mad. It really, the reason that me and him is not together is because of his family. And he have even admitted that to me. That's why I say my situation goes deeper than what y'all think. Where everybody thinks I'm the villain, no, I'm reacting to years of pain. Years of, yo, these motherfuckers is getting on my nerves. I can't even just have a relationship with him. They acting like they gotta be involved in every nook and cranny, and you're trying to cover something up. You're trying to, what are you trying to do? It's never gonna happen. What y'all thought y'all was gonna do by destroying me, now I'm gonna tell your story. So, like I said, allegedly, her husband that she had 5 kids with was sexually abusing his daughters. I don't know the extent of the story or how far that went. I'm just telling y'all what was said to me, right? Because now his sister admitted it to me that's her story, right? But it just seems weird that he never got locked up, and it seems even weirder that Ben was saying, why was she still sending us there even after that's what was said? After my sister said that's what happened, why was we going over there? So then I saw an episode of Iyanla, why Iyanla is trending now, why everybody talking about Iyanla, Ebony. It was an episode of Iyanla where a woman had 3 daughters and the husband must have cheated on her. And she groomed her daughters to thinking that the father raped them. This is some real shit that happened on Iyanla. Regular people. The daughters came home from visiting the father, and one of them had red stuff in her underwear, but it was like a light pink. So she took her to the hospital to see if it was blood. They said it wasn't blood. It was some type of sugary substance. So she still ran with it that so basically she tried to groom all 3 of her daughters to thinking that. The oldest daughter is the only one that was like, no, I don't believe that. And she kept the relationship with her father. The younger 2 daughters was confused and hurt because they don't remember. But this is what their mother is telling them. And when I saw that story, a light bulb went off in my head. I don't know why it did, but it did. And I'm not saying that their story is not true. I'm saying it's possible to lie on someone that hurt you. And why I say it's possible, because now I'm going to fast forward. I'm going to skip a lot to present. Do y'all remember I broke my restraining order a couple times and got locked up? You get an automatic restraining order with an ACS CPS case. His mother was the one that called the cops on me those times. And so I'm saying to myself, you could get me arrested, but not the husband that hurt your daughters. Then tells the police that I struck her. I put my hands on her, hit her. And then I said I was going to kill myself and my kids. I need y'all to hear this. That's what she told the police. People are such good liars. But check this out. I was willing to let that case go to the grand jury because I had a felony looming over my head. When you break an order of protection, a restraining order, the charges increase every time. I was up at a felony or two looming over my head. And then she's telling them I assaulted her. I didn't say all of that probably on my live originally when it first happened. I just told y'all recently, but you gonna say I hit you and I said I was gonna kill me and my kids? So I'm waiting for the grand jury. Oh, my legal aid says, oh, the DA offered you disorderly conduct if you pay restitution. I was like, okay, I'll pay the restitution because I allegedly broke a window of my children's father's vehicle. Allegedly. I said, I'll pay the restitution. I didn't pay it though because I had just started the job, so I was going to wait until I was a couple checks in. So she called me back. My court date was last week. I told her I just got a job. I can't even come into the court date. Can I get the Zoom link? She said, I'm not sure if you're going to need to come in. She said, there's no discovery. They're more than likely going to dismiss the case. Do y'all know what that means when they say dismiss the case? That means there's no charges, not even disorderly conduct. And do y'all know the reason why? Because I really did what I did. But do you know the reason why? Because she lied and said I hit her. And therefore that video would have showed I never hit her. I was willing to pay the restitution. My lawyer knows exactly what's up. But when people want to lie on you, they can't even follow all the way through. Should that not be a crime to make false reports, or is it? And I just fast forwarded over so much shit she did to me. But that's the pinch hitter. You try to get me away from my kids as well. I never put my hands on an elder woman in my life. Hit an elder woman. Have I laid hands? Yes. Hug, touch. Words are powerful. But I feel like I'm going to tell my story bit by bit so I could bury it. I see a lot of times people let others affect them and they don't realize it. You carry things with you, things that hurt you because you couldn't believe a person could do that to you. So you carry it. I'm not carrying this with me everywhere. Fuck you bitches. Each and every one of y'all that ever hurt me. This is the Shyt LIST podcast. Fuck y'all. Because I'm getting better with time. And all the plans and all the hurtful words and spells that people try to cast on me is going to backfire on you. Because all I do is wish people well. That's all I do. I don't wish harm for people. I'm not malicious out here trying to figure out ways to manipulate and get what I want from people. So when people doing that to me, they're going to get what they deserve. No matter how old you are. No matter whose mother you are. So I ain't going to say too much more about that. I'm gonna leave that for part 2. Because it gets heavy. When I calculate all the things that was done to me. And I just be taking shit like, oh, that's somebody's mother. Fuck any old bitch, okay, that's disrespectful. Don't use your age as a way to hurt others. That's not what we doing. You gotta give respect to get respect. And I didn't come out the gate disrespectful. It took years of bullshit. That's why the picture that they painting of me is crazy. Like, y'all been the villains. Y'all been the people that needed help, that was mad about me. And I'm just innocently dating a guy, but not knowing his family got these issues. And they know they got issues. But let's pretend like we're okay and everybody else is the problem. Not on my watch, bitch. Not on my watch. So that's all I got for now. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Everybody that came over here, I appreciate y'all. This was a therapy session for me, part 2. I had my first one earlier, but you only get 45 minutes. That's the other thing about therapy. They put a limit on it. I feel for people that have gone through it the way I've gone through it and wasn't strong enough to make it through. Because I had my days where I didn't think I was strong enough to make it through. I had my days. And it was rough. It still gets rough. But I have more better days than I had before. Because I'm looking forward to doing everybody that did me wrong the same way. Thank you, Nian. It is, because I can't fight these people. I'm too old for that. I'm not going to jail for none of these people because they love calling cops, calling agencies. They love calling government agencies instead of handling problems like adults. That shows the level of emotional intelligence that people have. Like, I'm the big bad wolf. How? How? Because I have a deep voice? Because I don't have glasses? I do have glasses, but I don't wear them all the time. So, yeah, I'm not carrying that type of luggage with me. Fuck these bitches, male or female. I got more coming for the Shyt LIST podcast, part 2. Some of these people are getting part 2s because I can't do it all in one because it's a lot. It's a lot emotionally for me to go back and think of me opening my heart to people that really were the ones that were the problem. Me not judging people when I should have. You get what I'm saying? I'm looking at people like, oh, I feel bad for them. Now, you can't feel bad for everybody now. You can't. Some people is damaged beyond control. And then they'll suck you in and damage you. When I came around, I had none of these problems. I started dealing with this man. It's problem after problem after problem after problem. His family is a problem. His friends is a problem. Everything is a problem. It's a problem. But then they try to say I'm the problem. You know what I'm saying? Whew, T-hole, because again, you start internalizing why people treated you a certain way when they're not even valid. You talking about people that gotta do work on themselves and they can make you feel bad about yourself. Oh, we not doing that in 2023. We gonna make these hoes feel bad about themselves. You're the problem. You need help. And I gotta get my kids out of that environment. And that's really the thing that bothers me. I'm like, give me my kids. Y'all took my kids over lies. You're not gonna win. It's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate that people don't see the evil and the wicked that they do. They think it's never gonna catch up to them. It's really pretty sad. T-hole, thank you. Again, from the comments on Goddess Masterpiece channel, seeing certain things, I delete a lot of comments too, y'all. Cause I don't put the comments up to show because it be dumb shit. But in some of these comments, they'll say stuff like, "Oh, it's okay to be injured and take a break." Who are you? I don't even know who you are. It be motherfuckers that never say shit no other time, but they could come into the comments and tell me to take a break. No, bitch, you take a break. That's when the light bulbs go off in my head too. I'm like, oh, take a break? Oh, nah, that's what y'all want me to do. That's not what's gonna happen. I'm not taking a break. See, that's the haters. A motherfucker will come with different troll accounts, try to plant seeds in you to make you think you're not good enough to be on here. I'm not. Everybody got issues on this motherfucking YouTube. All the stories I done heard about people, stop. And on that note, thank y'all all for y'all support. The ones that support me for real. For y'all that came over here, make sure you subscribe. Any new viewers, sorry, this is the introduction if this is your first time. But this channel is the Shyt LIST podcast. I'm shitting on people. Like, it's just... Some people really have a dark cloud over them and bring that negative energy into your life. Problem after problem. I can relate. Yeah. Thank you, Lady E. And it's sad when you think and you sit and say, damn, I let someone else come in my world and disrupt my world. When all I try to do is be a friend to them. No more, no less. But jealousy is so dangerous because you can't pinpoint it. And people will deflect and project on you and say, you're jealous, you're this, you're that. And it's like, but I'm not displaying that. You are. I'm not displaying that. I hadn't displayed that with him and his family, his sisters, tried to stop them from hanging out. When he came home, all of a sudden they wanted to hang out with him every weekend. Times without me, purposely. Mind you, I'm waiting for him to come home. Now, all of a sudden, they only went once or twice to see him. Now they want to consume all his time. I can't wait to get my kids away from that family and they can have each other. It's very weird. Anyway, though, I love y'all. I'll see y'all soon. I'm tired today, though. I can't do nothing else. Today was mental health Mondays for me because I do my therapy and that shit is a lot. It's exhausting just trying to not say anything because I'm a talker. But I gave him something. I gave him more of me today because you know what? This is my story. I'm not crying about it. You know, does it still hurt sometimes? Yes, but I'm not crying about it. I'm past that phase. It's time to slay these demons. I love y'all. Good night.